The message that started everything. Captain Rylan Creed, a man cut from the steel of an American soldier but tempered in alien fire, stood on the bridge of the Union star-cruiser Resolute Heart. His dark brows were tight, his shoulders heavy with the weight of command. "Captain," said his navigation officer, "we've received a transmission from Vargon 5. Rylan stiffened. "That's impossible. They sealed their borders decades ago." "It's not a diplomatic message, sir." The screen flickered alive. Static. A low hum. Then a voice like a blade scraping stone. "We are the Deathwolders. We will not bow. If the Union steps foot on our soil again, the galaxy will bleed." A symbol burned onto the screen, the mark of the ancient Vargon clans, before the transmission cut. Silence filled the bridge. Rylan exhaled slowly. He knew exactly what this meant. A galactic standoff had begun. Monroe sighed. "Can we negotiate?" "Deathwolders don't negotiate, ma'am. They challenge." A chill passed through her, then send Creed. "He's the only one they trust." Creed's burden. Rylan Creed had a secret. He was born on Earth, but half his blood was from Vargon 5. His mother was a Deathwolder, a warrior who had abandoned her people after seeing the corruption in the Union. She taught him the old code. Strength without cruelty. Honor without surrender. He had spent his life trying to prove he was more than a weapon. But now, destiny dragged him back home. Return to the Death World. The Resolute Heart descended into the turbulent atmosphere of Vargon 5. The ship rattled violently. "This planet hates anything that flies," the engineer muttered. Rylan smiled. "That's because Vargon 5 doesn't believe in survival. It believes in testing you." The landing was brutal. The air smelled of burning metal and raw earth. Predators screeched in the distant canyons. Then they appeared, Deathwolder warriors, towering, armored with bone plating, eyes glowing gold from the mineral-rich air. Their leader stepped forward. Queen Vaila, Blade Mother of Vargon 5. Her voice boomed. "Rylan Creed. Half-blood. Child of the betrayer. Why do you come? To prevent a war. There is already war. The Union just hasn't accepted it. History written in blood." Rylan spoke with Vaila inside a stone fortress carved into the face of a mountain. She revealed the truth. "A century ago, the Union mined our sacred lands. They stole our resources. They poisoned our seas. They promised to share technology, but delivered weapons that malfunctioned and killed our warriors." Rylan clenched his fists. He had heard whispers of corruption, never the full horror. "You want justice," he said softly. Vaila's eyes burned like suns. "Justice? No. We want respect. We want the galaxy to remember that we bend knee to none." The Deathwolder Code. Vaila nodded slowly. "You have the heart of a Deathwolder." Then she lifted a massive bone spear, pointing toward the sky. "Fight beside us. Not for vengeance. For balance." Rylan gripped his blade. "For the galaxy," he whispered. Together, they marched into the storm. The great night battle. The sky turned black with Union fighters. The ground glowed red from magma rivers awakened by seismic bombs. Creed led Deathwolder warriors through the ravaged plains, their armor shining with the light of molten metal. The fighting was brutal. Union mechs clashed with Vargon beasts the size of buildings. Energy blasts lit the darkness like fireworks. Every scream echoed across continents. Creed fought like a man possessed, fueled by rage, loyalty, and destiny. The turning point. General Hayes deployed the final weapon. The Planet Crusher bomb. Capable of cracking worlds like eggs. Creed saw the glowing sphere descend. If it struck, Vargon 5 was finished. He sprinted through flames, leapt onto a dropship, shot through enemy lines, and dove onto the device. With shaking hands, he hacked its core. Alarms shrieked. Bomb detonation in 30 seconds. Creed roared and slammed his dagger into the power cell. The explosion knocked him unconscious. The bomb powered down. He had saved the planet. Aftermath. Creed awoke inside the fortress, his wounds wrapped with glowing herbs. Queen Vaila stood beside him. "Your bravery saved us," she said quietly. "But will the Union stop?" he murmured. "They already have." Outside, Union ships retreated. President Monroe herself had ordered the ceasefire after witnessing the horror of the battle. The new agreement. Weeks later, Creed sat across from Monroe and Vaila in a neutral space station. Vaila spoke first. "We will join the Union once more, but as equals, not subjects." Monroe nodded. "Agreed. The mistakes of our past will not define us." Creed smiled softly. The standoff was over. The galaxy had changed. And the Deathwold had not backed down. Epilogue: A New Era. Vargon 5 rebuilt. The Union rebuilt. And Rylan Creed became a symbol, a bridge between worlds, forged in fire, carrying the hope of peace. He walked onto the sands of his mother's homeland and whispered. Born in death. Raised in battle. But finally, free. The galaxy looked toward the stars. And waited for the next chapter of its destiny.